right. Welcome back. It is Saturday the 13th, 2023. It's about 7 o'clock. Put the Continental kit on the car today. And Bobby was over there working on his trunk gaps. So today's topic for Shop Talk, I have a few saved in my phone here from people suggestions. So I think we'll pick for this one we'll pick LS motor versus like a 283 or a 327 or a 350. So LS swap or LT swap versus, you know, carbureted small block or fuel injection small block, but mainly 283. What you think? LS versus 283. Go.
LS.
Why?
Because I don't want to sit there and try to turn the key over and over before the car starts. I just want to get in there and go.
Okay.
And I like the way it looks. I don't like that.
Okay.
That carburetor look.
Okay. Now, so that being said, you're saying that you can't, it's impossible to get a 283 to start up on the dime and go?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. But it's just more maintenance?
Well, I think the LS has more maintenance, but
The LS is more maintenance?
But you can just plug in the computer and it'll tell you like what you gotta do.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I don't know a lot about carbureted motors, so
Right.
I don't even know how to time one.
Right. And I think that might be a generational deal. I mean, you're a lot younger. You're 10 years younger than me. I could time one. I can't rebuild a carburetor, but I can put a carburetor on and I can get one running and time it and adjust it. But I think slowly that technology is becoming obsolete, man. Like eventually carburetors are gonna, like you can't go buy one. I mean, if you go to AutoZone right now and go buy a carburetor, they might have like a new one, like an Edelbrock, they might have one. You know what I mean? Like it's not, but you go over there and you need something for like a 07 Silverado or something starter, they got a whole shelf full, you know?
Yeah.
So I think eventually the carbureted thing is going to become obsolete, you know, and probably, you know, in my generation and definitely in yours, where it might become more expensive to do a small block than an LS swap. Just like, for example, right now, like rebuilding like a 409 or a 348 or trying to get the tri-power, the tri-power intake and the 3-deuce carburetor setup for a 348 is probably more expensive than an LS swap.
Yeah, you can't find those parts.
You can't find those parts. And it's getting harder to find people who can work on that, who can adjust that and get it to run right. So that's where the trend is going is, you know, fuel injected computer does it for you.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I mean, I guess it depends, man. Like
The look you're going for?
the look of the car. I mean, I've never had an LS swap. Like the 60 is my first fuel injection swap. I mean, I've always had carburetors. So this is all new to me. But from what I gather, the majority of it is plug and play. Like they got it all set up for you. You know, you buy this kit or whatever and you just plug it in and plug and play.
Yeah, you can go as far as you want. I mean, make it look good. Make it put the pulley kit. Put a what is it, a Pro Charger or whatever the hell you want to put.
Yeah, a turbocharger or turbo, twin turbo. I mean, you spend as much money as you want. But I wouldn't knock the 283. You know what I see and laugh at is when somebody's trying to sell a car and they got a 283 and like it ain't ran in 20 years. Like that's junk. I mean, yeah, you might be able to get it to run and all, but I mean, the thing needs an overhaul, man. Like, it's going to leak.
Yeah.
You know, the Power Glide, 283 Power Glide, the thing needs an overhaul, man. Unless it's been overhauled. Now, if it's been overhauled, then okay. But to try and sell a car that you got the matching numbers, you know what I mean? That's what people like to say, matching numbers. A matching number 283 two-barrel means nothing to me. Did it mean anything to you? Like, are you excited by that? Like, oh, I gotta have that?
No, because we build custom cars. We're not building.
So the first thing to go is the motor. That's gonna be the first thing to go.
Yeah.
So you're better off buying one without a motor because they done pulled it out for you and took it to the scrap.
Yeah.
Now.
But the same thing with LS. I mean, it could leak too. I mean, depending where you get it from.
Sure. So the thing about the LS swap, I think there's different levels of LS swap, man. Like, if you're talking about building a car and buying a brand new crate LS3 with the intake and a pulley kit, and or I mean, you could spend $20,000 between a crate LS3, a concept one or whatever it is, pulley kit and this intake and all this. You can spend $20,000.
Yeah, I think my pulley kit was more than the engine.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? The pulley kit's more than the motor. My pulley kit was more than my motor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pulling an LS out of the junkyard and dropping it in a car. I mean, does that add value? I mean, you don't even know how many miles the thing had. It got 180, 200,000, 220,000 miles on it.
Yeah, and some people don't even take them apart.
Yeah, don't take them apart. Just drop it right in and make it run. To me, that's not an upgrade. Like, I think a crate 350, a remanufactured or a brand new, which I don't even know if they make brand new anymore. It's probably remanufactured. A remanufactured crate 350 or a 383 costs more than a junkyard LS, which goes back to the whole tri-power thing, 348, 409, dual quad, something like that. That's harder to get than an LS swap.
So you think of doing an LS swap is hard?
I think there's different levels. I've never done one. But for me on my car, basically it's all mapped out. So just buy the parts needed. Buy the shorter pan, buy the sliding motor mounts, and buy the pulley kit. It bolts right up. One belt. You know what I mean? One belt for the whole power steering, the alternator, the crank, the AC, one belt. Versus 3 belts, trying to find some brackets for. Man, you spend way more money trying to find. And what's crazy is the chrome bracket, like a little 283, a little AC bracket or a little alternator bracket. The chrome one is cheaper than the black one. The black ones are more expensive. So, the chrome is, I'm sure it comes from overseas.
Yeah,
cheap chrome. Cheap chrome, but I think it's becoming obsolete, man. But as far as an LS swap being hard, like I said, I've never personally done it. Do you think it's hard?
No.
You did one in your dually?
Yeah, I did one in my dually. It turns on. I still gotta do a little bit of stuff here and there.
But you put an LS a 6.0.
Yeah, 6.0.
A 6.0 in a, what is it?
96.
96
dually.
4-door dually.
Yeah.
Crew cab Chevrolet 4-door dually, a 6.0, and you got it to run.
Yeah. Turns on. I still need the drive shaft's connected. I just need do the exhaust. That's basically it.
Was it hard?
Not really.
All the information's available on the internet?
I found everything on Facebook. They have a group, whatever. And everybody's building the same damn truck, OBS
LS swap.
So they tell you, buy this, buy that, like you said, it's a map.
It's a map. Just pay the money.
And the same thing for this car. I mean, the same
Yeah.
parts I bought for my truck is basically the same thing you bought for your car.
To make
I mean,
it fit.
except the pans, right?
Yeah.
But like my drive shaft, I didn't have to modify my drive shaft because my truck already had a 480 in '96. It's a different 480,
4060?
480
Okay.
than the 480 from that 60. But it's still the same
Same length.
Yeah.
So the new
So-
one is electronic and the old one is,
No, it's still electronic. It's just I guess it's just updated.
but the housing is the same, so the drive shaft's the same.
Yeah. So I didn't have to modify that. Unlike yours, where you have to modify your drive shaft.
Yeah, whole different. You got to build drive shaft. So I mean, I don't diss the small block. I don't diss the 283. I don't diss the 350. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, if it runs good, then I mean,
And then another thing is the fuel pump too. I don't have to do nothing to the fuel pump because if you get a car past '96, it's already fuel injected.
huh,
So you don't gotta modify the fuel pump. Just connect
connect the lines
Yeah.
to the fuel pump that was already on the truck.
Yeah, and you just put the regulator, and the regulator does the job.
Wow. So you would pick LS, I mean, I would probably pick, I think it depends on the car, man. Like, depends on the direction you're going with the car or truck.
I like carburetor engines, but they gotta look, I guess, hot rodish.
I mean, now they sell, or you can make a air filter cover that makes it look hot, new.
You know what I mean? Like the ones that have the, I don't know what they're called, but they're like those 6 trumpet things coming up.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the way that looks.
yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I don't even know what the hell that does.
Yeah, it just looks cool. It just looks cool.
But other than that, an orange block, just looking at you like, I don't know about that.
Fredo has an orange block.
Oh,
Ooh. It depends on the look you're going for, man. I mean, on the blue 64, I painted my block orange. I mean, I liked it. It had a black, V-belt setup.
that one's a crate engine, right?
That was a crate 350. That the intake I put on there had the oil filler to look like a 327 or a 283 oil filter on the intake. So it was a 350 that I made look older than it was. But also when I put that motor in, the car was going stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole thing was I'm going to restore this car stock. And then I decided to put wheels and narrow the rear end and put hydraulics and all that. And, kind of change direction. But, I like orange. It just depends, man. Like, yeah, I wouldn't put an orange motor with chrome undercarriage. I wouldn't do that. But I would do orange with all black. Yeah, it looks stock.
How much do you have on your engine? With including the engine?
Everything? With the wiring and all?
Yeah.
Headers, engine, wiring, pulley kit, the sliders, the oil pan,
Transmission cross member.
the transmission cross member and all that. Upgraded alternator. Probably let's see,
Like 85.
35, 65, another grand, 75. The wiring, yeah, probably between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Probably between 9 and 10.
And you still gotta buy their gas tank.
So gotta buy a gas tank, drive shaft,
Connect your fuel lines.
and connect, and then hopefully it runs. So yeah, the drivetrain is about 10 G's.
Yeah, see, like on my duty, I got like 3,000 on it. I'm without mufflers. Like I ain't do
No pulley kit.
No pulley kit.
No pulley kit.
I mean, I ain't painted, but
Right. Stock header, stock manifold.
no, I'm about
You bought headers.
$300
Headers.
yeah.
So I think that I think the phrase LS swap is overrated. I think people might advertise that as something more than it is. To me, a real deal LS swap is going to be a crate motor. You know that, but I mean that comes with a huge price tag.
Yeah, who has the money to do that?
No, I mean TV shows. So I mean, to me, as long as the thing runs good, man, let it run. I wouldn't take a motor that I wouldn't buy a car. I wouldn't buy a 63 that runs and drives down the street fine with a little 283. Little 283 will run forever, like a little sewing machine. I mean, yeah, it's not going to mash out. You know what I mean? It's going to put along, but I mean, if it runs good, then leave it. Now, if you're buying a project that doesn't have a motor, then I would probably lean towards updating.
Whatever already has the LS. There's a project with the LS.
Okay, I wouldn't go back to a small block. I wouldn't say, no, I don't want the LS. I'm gonna pull it out and put a 283. No.
So you're saying LS is better?
I'm saying if it runs, leave it alone. If you buy a car and I would rather.
But your car was running.
Sorta. It ran. It didn't drive. I mean, it started. It didn't drive down the street. Well, sorta. I guess it did drive down the street. But I mean, yeah. Things smoke, leak oil. I don't know, man. So if I had to pick one, I'm gonna put it like this. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another crate motor. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another crate small block. So that means that I'm leaning towards fuel injection stuff.
Was that because now you know how to do it, or because before you used to say, I ain't doing no LS.
Yeah, I think because the cost is similar. I mean, what's a crate 350 cost, man? Like right now, a remanufactured crate 350, probably like $3. And they don't come with no bolts. You gotta buy exhaust manifold bolts, you gotta buy exhaust, you gotta buy a front drive kit, you gotta buy water pump, you gotta buy all that, man. So by the time you're done buying everything on a crate motor, you're gonna be in it for at least $5. So how much is the LS swap?
Just depends how clean you want it.
Depends on how clean you want it. I mean, you can buy one from the junkyard and take it apart and paint it, clean it up and make it look like new. It has high mileage, but then that's a whole nother topic is, I mean, how many miles do you plan on actually putting on the car?
Yeah.
So if a motor has 150,000 miles on it, I mean, how much longer? I mean, is it a daily driver? Is it a every other weekend? Let's take it for a cruise. And if that's the case, then the mileage don't really matter, because how many you're gonna put 20,000 miles on it before you sell it? I mean, even So the mileage isn't that critical if you're going like that. But I would honestly say that I don't think I'm going to buy another crate 350. I think that's done.
Do you think that raises the value in the car with the LS or LT swap? Or it's still the same?
I think it being a custom car, it does. Being custom, I think it raises it. Because first off, no, what's the word I'm trying to think of? A collector purist is going to buy a car that has modified suspension, whether it be airbags or hydraulics. No purist is going to buy that. So who's your audience? Who's your customer base? A custom car guy. Yeah. They're going to want that LS. They're going to say, oh, that's a bonus. LS with air condition, bonus. The purist is going to say, it's got airbags or hydraulics on it. I don't even want it. And you can say, well, hey man, it's got the original 283. You know, yay. They ain't going to want it because you ruined the car already. So I think the LS improves the value.
That's a good point.
Good point. So if you had to pick, you're going to pick LS. And I think if I had to pick, I would probably pick LS.
LS, LT, whatever, same thing.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Let us know what y'all think on that. And you agree or disagree? You know, I just don't get excited when people are trying to sell a car with a 283. And if it runs, great. But if it don't, it's junk.
Yeah, if I had the money, shit, I'll put a Pro Charger or a Whip or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it.
Yeah.
In my car.
But it's gotten easier. I remember when the whole LS thing first hit the scene, man. You know, it was a big mystery, big quiz how to get it. Now, so you can say it's all mapped out. Buy this, and this. They got all these different vendors. Put it together, and you're done.
Yeah, and they have guys doing harnesses for you.
Sure.
Or companies too, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They ask you everything you put on the car, and they just give you the harness, you just plug and play.
Plug it in. Super easy, man. So hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. Shop Talk 10.
Yeah.
Bring y'all back next time. That's what we do now.